looks like we are getting started here. Oh, so Uncle runs from the moon crashing.
Very
Oh, geez, we
slowly.
better hurry up then.
It's the wrong Zelda.
What? Are you saying this isn't Majora's Mask 2D?
If it is, it looks a lot different.
This is the demake of yeah, that's what it is. Alright, into the rainy state here. For those unfamiliar, um, we are playing the standard mode with a randomized weapon. Typically, you would do this and Uncle would give you a sword in order to clear escape with, but in this mode, he gives you a random weapon in order to clear escape with. And today we have the Cane of Berna.
He did look like he was hobbling a little bit as he was walking out. And you find a fairy in a bottle. It's a nice safety. I don't know if either of these guys will ever need that, but it's still nice to have.
Yeah, it's always nice to get a bottle before you get to Kakariko Village to grab the sick kid item, but a fairy is just a nice safety to have the whole game, though I don't know if these players are going to get into any situation where they might need it, but I mean, it's always nice to have in the back of your mind.
Yeah. I feel like with these two, it might mess up their death warps somewhere down the line more than help them, but we'll see.
That's true. Okay, yeah, that'll probably happen. Ooh, see Andy taking out one of those green guards there before heading downstairs gets the nice 4 bomb drop.
That is a well-deserved reward. That's going to be very helpful, not just for the escape, but going into Kakariko as well.
So you're going to notice with the Cane of Berna, it's going to have a pretty hefty startup cost. That's the difference between it and the cave. The Berna has a startup cost, but the magic drain over time is lower than the cape would be. So it actually is pretty magic heavy using it here in Escape because you have to start it so many times to take out the enemies. Another thing to note, if you're using the Cane of Berna, it always knocks enemies directly upward. So even if you're walking down at an enemy, it's gonna. So you can see on prier57 right there, that blue guard always went straight up and never to the side there. But that's just something to keep in mind, so you can turn it off, so you don't like mistime your hits. You don't drain any extra magic. You know exactly where the enemy's gonna go when you hit them with it.
Yeah, it's very consistent in that respect. Already down just about a little under half, about 1/3 of the bar. But that's just how it goes. You have to turn it on and off. And as you said, it does have that startup cost, which I guess it's like grabbing a chainsaw or something. Gotta get it going.
Yeah, and they don't have nearly enough magic to take all the hits from this guard, so they are gonna both opt to use the double pot method, take out the guard, to save that extra magic to maybe farm a little extra items, or just make sure they have enough to kill the rat. And we did get the flute in Zelda's cell, so once we actually get out of here and get into town, we're gonna have like unmatched maneuverability around the overworld.
Oh yeah, that's definitely really nice to see as early as possible, especially if you get it before or end Kakariko. Just makes traversing that world much simpler.
Yeah, as long as they don't forget to activate it. I know I've done that a couple times. You pull out your bombs, to bomb the 3 places you have to bomb in town, and then you just forget to turn back to your flute and activate them. So I hope, I'm going to assume both these runners will not make that mistake.
Probably not, I would expect. And we have a little bit of a route divergence, I guess you could call it. Prior taking the right side, Andy taking the left side.
Synchronized, pushing. I hear people call this a bookcase, but it doesn't really look like a bookcase, does it? It's more like a mantle of sorts.
A mantle, trophy. I don't know. It's really hard to. I don't even know what's on it. Maybe it's swords.
Yeah, there's Prior farming for bombs there. Who doesn't get it? Andy found their 4 bombs from the green guards, which I'm pretty sure these are different prize packs. So if Prior had killed maybe a couple of guards, they would have gotten it. But we don't know about these rats or snakes. In this room specifically, there's rats that like to congregate in the top right of the room, but Prior doesn't seem like they're interested in it.
Yeah, the cane's their only weapon, and well, I guess there's magic here.
Yeah, in this dark room that Prior's in, there are 2 magic pots, and it looks like they got an extra one. Oh, and a 4 bomb drop from the rat. Alright, there we go.
Very nice. And he did get a full magic decanter from the rats as well.
Oh, wow. Alright, so Prior had to do a little bit of extra farming to get their bombs, but they won't have to come back here later to open up this back exit, which had
Nothing?
approximately nothing.
Well, it's better cleared than not cleared, because if it's not cleared, it could have everything.
Right, it weighs on your mind for the whole race until you actually get back here to check it. Are there records 4-0? Yes, this is the 4-0 race, or a 4-0 race. We will have a guaranteed bracket participant after this race. Oh man, 300 rupees in Sanctuary. That's perfect to find right before town.
That is really nice.
Gonna spend 100 on that, on the bottle vendor to get whatever item they have, and we might see a 50 rupee purchase of some bombs as well, depending on how many we find in the chest here coming up. Alright. Looks like Andy's opting to skip the check up to Aghanim and, or I'm sorry, the Lumberjack Ledge and the Bush Crab and all that, so we'll see if Prior gets a little head start here. Having bombs and rupees, like, you have enough of both of them to finish town. You have enough of those, but so I don't really see what you could get that would help you too much. Although Prior does find a 20 rupee from the Bush Crab, that's pretty nice.
That is really nice. That's a good 100 rupees or so. Uh-oh, that's a rod.
That is an ice rod there on the Lumberjack Ledge. Oh man, that's some pretty good information to have if Turtle Rock ends up being a crystal.
Yeah, we have 2 pendants in the Dark World, so there's a decent chance it might not be required, but you never want to see that there.
Yeah, we got a pretty quick map check there from Andy. Eastern Palace was one of the normal pendants, and Tower of Hera was one of the normal crystals, and one of our 5-6 crystals was Desert Palace. Ooh. All sorts of very convenient items right here in Blindside. In the Silver Arrows, half magic, and not much of a convenience as an amazing item in the hookshot. And even more amazing is the shovel in the back.
Wow. So that was a really good blind set, all things considered.
And that's only the first 5 items. Here comes 5 more on Andy's side. Alright. Now we're talking. Hey, that's pretty good. The single arrow, the book, the 20 rupee, the ether medallion, and the fighter's sword.
Well,
Holy moly. Jeez, dude, that's crazy.
it's pretty spectacular thus far.
Well, that is alright. Andy does activate their fluid. Didn't forget that. Very nice. With the hookshot, that does give them access to the eastern side of Death Mountain. Right now, we can get 8 items over there and check the one on the island if we want to. We got a lot of places to go right now.
Quite a few, yeah. We'll be interested in see exactly when they decide to go up Death Mountain. That is a lot of items, but potentially might wait till we get a hammer or a Mire and a fire source just to knock out Hera while we're there.
Yeah, I think Crystal Dungeon, you don't really want to go there until you feel like you're prepared to fully complete it. It's annoying the double dip dungeons, but I think it's even more annoying the double dip crystal dungeons, because because you just want to make one trip to those all the time.
Yeah, ideally, you would like to do that. All right, sick kid, give me that lunch money. And he looks like he's going to be opting to buy bombs just to be on the safe side. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I only got 3 left, and now you have access to East Death Mountain as well, so that's a lot of extra bomb usage you have right now available to you. So, what, Ice Ride Cave, Mini Moldorm Cave, that's 1 each, and then East Death Mountain is 1 plus 1 for the bomb jump. So 3 ain't gonna cut it. And we have bomb upgrades, so it's not like they wasted bombs purchasing them or anything like that.
Quite right. Coming here to the library. What do we got today? Money.
Just 50 more monies. I don't think we're gonna be coming back for that once we find those boots.
Yeah, we'd have to be a little bit desperate for money at that point.
Oh
Ooh,
gosh.
boy.
Whoa. Alright, so I know I talked about East Death Mountain access, and that's cool and all, but how about also Dark Death Mountain access? Once we find that Moon Pearl, that is.
Yeah, that's really nice. Already finding the Titans, which can be very hard to find when they want to be. Where's this Moon Pearl gonna be? Are you thinking Mini Moldorm Cave?
Man, there's still a lot of items down there in South Shore, isn't there? It could definitely just easily be sitting down there. I'm worried, or I get worried that whenever you get the Titansmiths as your Dark World access, the hammer can be kind of in a butts location.
Yes, it absolutely can be. Can be varying severities of butts, depending on how the seed treats you.
Yeah, mega butts. Andy deciding to just fly down, check out the desert ledge. I guess they could get that with the book, so it makes sense to go check it. And gotta be cleaning out Aguna's cave here. Not a common check early on for people, I feel. Of course, being a lot faster with the flute, but it definitely pays off right there with that Master Sword.
Yeah, that's a really good find. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's not common to do that early. You usually do South Shore prior digging up some bombs. Not as exciting, but we'll take them.
And Andy fluting right to 7. I think Pryor is going to be right on the tail. Never mind. Pryor is going to 4 and over to Eastern Palace area, it looks like. And then
Hello.
the boots.
He just found the boots.
We're in the dam.
We are getting like everything. So those boots would have been nice before. I guess we get it up into this. We don't have a fire source, so maybe not. Prior coming over here to the Eastern Palace area. This is a pendant, so we were not required to complete it. And dipping in here definitely could be on his list of priorities.
Prior priorities.
Yes.
Oh man, are they going to go all the way to Eastern Palace? No, with that flute equipped, it doesn't look like they are. Which I think that's fine. Try to avoid Crystal Dungeons. You have so many places to check right now. Or try to avoid Pendant Dungeons. You have so many places to check right now. There's no reason to be going in a place like that. And good, Prior will be getting their boots right away. So there's going to be very little time difference between both players getting those.
Yeah, and if we ever want to come back to Eastern Palace, we have the flute. We can get there very quickly. We even have the gloves to get there especially quickly. What do we got in Ice Rod Cave? $100.
Yeah, that's fine and all. Until you hit the 500 for Zora, I'm always welcome to rupees.
I don't really mind them ever, just because typically I like to buy potions, because I need them.
And you're going to be checking out the King's Tomb here fairly quickly after getting their boots. Usually don't have the items to check this place this early on, so it feels like it kind of calls out to you, doesn't it? Get the mushroom there.
Yeah. Tinesmith's locations, at least in my experience, feel very tempting once they're unlocked, just because for me, it seems like they have a lot of chance to have the progression I know you're looking for. Ooh.
Ho, ho, ho. And Fire Rod right there, and also with these boots, and he's not going to pass up the chance to go check out the Lumberjack ledge before heading up the Death Mountain, I think. We'll find that their Ice Rod is hanging there if they decide that they need it.
Yeah, that's really heads up play by Andy, and they're going to be happy they checked this because the Ice Rod could absolutely be required. Still don't know that for sure, but you know, you want to know where that is if you can help them.
And he's taking a couple more rupees just to have that 500, that benchmark they need to grab Zora's item if they decide, if they happen to be in the area, you know.
Yeah. Just a piece of part from the old man that will give Prior their 5th one. It's a little scary getting all this progression early without a lot of hearts, just because Dark World can be quite punishing. And you might be required to go there. Andy, unfortunately, getting dead rocked. Gonna fly away, fly right back.
No,
Try again.
I wasn't even sure you could do that with the old man. Like, does he only stay with you if you fly to 1? I would assume so.
I've never tried to take him off Death Mountain, so I could not answer that question for you.
Oh man, I kind of want to do that now.
I mean, I like to see him, but I'm not gonna take him on a trip. He's not a frog or anything like that.
Do you only take frogs on trips?
Yes.
What about purple chests?
Purple chest sometimes. Andy has to be a little bit careful here. Only 1 heart left.
As long as I can get out of this, it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I guess the mini Voldrams in here will do a full heart of damage with green mail. So that's a little bit scary. I think, well, they have the Master Sword, so they have the extra range from that, so they'll probably maybe be fine. They have the fairy anyway, whatever.
Yeah, they have a fairy, and there's 2 hearts in this cave right here, so...
Oh, that's true. Well, we found the King of Samaria here. That's pretty good. That is... We can almost finish Mire right now. We don't have the Moon Pearl. It's kind of a weird thing to have as your last item for Mire, I think.
Yeah, I can't say I've had that happen very often. I mean, in theory, all we're really missing for Turtle Rock is the Moon Pearl and the lamp for Aga. Ooh, and Landy try and use his secret technique, but dropping down. Not that big of a time loss, though.
Isn't gonna bother giving it another shot, I guess.
Yeah, if you mess it up once, I think it's probably just better to come down here. Now Prior is in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, getting a little bullied by these mini Moldorms. Again, 1 full heart of damage from these guys. Oh, geez, that dash was really scary. I didn't think I didn't think they'd get away due to the startup of the dash. Well, geez, where is that Moon Pearl? I guess there's Eastern Palace, isn't there? And Desert we haven't been in yet either.
Yeah, we can complete Desert now. We did find that Fire Rod, or at least Andy did. Prior has not checked the block rocks quite yet, so if there's not a lamp in here, they will not be able to complete the dungeon.
Alright, Prior gonna be the first one to dip into Desert Palace here. And he might be just a moment behind him. Yeah, I think so. Desert's very quick to check. A lot faster than it would be to go to Eastern Palace, in my opinion. There's only 2 potential items in here. The boots definitely make this all clearable except the boss. We still need a fire source for that. Oh, which Andy has, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
It also happens to be a very good item for killing Lenmola.
I have a feeling this hammer might be kind of elusive. I don't know, I just feel that way when you have all this stuff. Obviously, it can't be in Turok because you need the hammer to get in there. It can be off Vitreous, I suppose. We still need to get that lamp before that would be an option. Well, not for these runners, but for logic constraints, yeah. There's our first item in Desert, being a big heart. I think that was the first item.
Oh, there's bombs on the torch.
Oh, well, okay, never mind then. Desert is empty. However, it does have a crystal, so Andy will probably hang around here and complete it, while Prior will need to come back here a second time after they grab their fire rod from the Bonkrocks, I believe?
Yes, Bonkrocks, indeed. So, I don't know if I would keep my bombs on a torch. That's just me, though.
That... it's probably a little dangerous, huh?
Probably a little bit dangerous. So Prior gets their Master Sword as well.
Then again, I've never owned torches nor bombs, so I guess I'm not exactly sure how dangerous it would be. I can only assume. If anyone out there has first-hand experience, let us know.
Alright, Prior is going to be heading over here to Eastern Palace now. And the chance of something being here is pretty good. Pretty good chance, based on what we know.
Yeah, we've checked pretty much all of the accessible Light World locations for that Moon Pearl.
We do have a mushroom that we have not turned in quite yet.
Oh yeah, that was in the King's Tomb, wasn't it?
Yes. Could be some important fungus. We'll find out. Or maybe not. Alright, the first item in Eastern's another bottle. An empty one, so not very exciting.
Yeah, I guess the gloves also put Zora in logic. Huh, you don't want to take that walk up there.
No, definitely not. And it feels bad to pick Flipper as well, just because we don't have the Moon Pearl. We can't get the items in the waterfall bushing. And he does clean up Blamala, though, making good use of that fire rod. It's a very effective weapon. Just destroys him.
Yeah, 2 hits is all it takes, and when you have half magic, that's very excessive.
Yes.
A full magic bar for half magic, giving you 16 shots with your fire rod, but you only need 6 to finish the fight if you land them all.
And he also heading over here to Eastern Palace. They have not checked Sarashila either, so makes a lot of sense from their perspective to come here. Especially since the places we can check are dwindling down.
Someone in chat asking if the Super Bunny Cave is in Logic. No, these tournaments are, or at least this one specifically, are played under the no glitches logic. So there will be no minor or any glitches required in order to finish the seed. That isn't to say that they're not legal or anything. You can still do minor glitches just fine, which is what we see all the time with fake flippers and things like that. But no, it's not required by the logic to do that at all. So you will not find the Moon Pearl in the Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, right you are. Are we gonna flip to 2 now, Andy? No, we're not. Saving and quitting. Where do you suppose he's going now?
Saving and quitting instead of flying?
Ooh, Tempered Sword and Eastern. I don't think anything else of value is found there, though.
think he might not have been sure where he wanted to go, so that's why he saved and quit. Yeah, that mushroom's looking pretty hot right now, I think. And by pretty hot, I mean, do we even have anything else? Oh, Zora, I guess.
Nope.
But this is a quick run up to Zora from here. But I don't think we're doing that quite yet.
Well, there's our moon pearl, the mushroom.
Alright, there's our Dark World check. We have the green pendant at Skull Woods. We have the red pendant at Swamp Palace and Crystal 6 at Palace of Darkness.
Alright, so Aghanim
So-
will be required.
Aghanim will be required for that ice rod on the Lumberjack ledge.
Okay, looks like Andy is just going straight to the back of Skullwoods. This is the green pendant, I believe, so
This is green pendant Skull Woods. Only 2 items here. I feel like Skull Woods is basically overworld. It doesn't really take long to check the non-boss items here, I think. But we'll see if he actually decides to clean out the entire thing.
looks like he is interested in doing that. I find it hard to blame Andy at all, because at least in B29, it seems like pendants are quite important. And
Right.
Skullwoods in particular will punish you for skipping it.
I think Prior just tried the fake flipper there into the waterfall, which isn't going to work. They don't have their moon pearl quite yet. Does see just a red rupee on the ledge, but we will get to see what Zora's item is here in just a moment.
Yeah, Prior still has not gone to the Bonk Rocks in Kingston, which is where the mushroom linked with the moon pearl and the fire rod is.
I think a save and quit right here. That's going to be where they go after this. We see Andy did ditch their ferry to Death Warp back to Skullwoods. So Andy no longer has their ferry. I'm pretty sure they'll be okay without it. Prior did not save and quit to the place. Oh, but they might be now actually.
Yes, they saved and quit to the place.
The place. So they're gonna get the thing.
They're gonna get the thing and the other thing.
All of the things, dude. There's like 2 things here. We're gonna get all of the things. As Andy falls into the Mothula fight, only has the Master Sword. That's fine. Whatever. We got the Master Sword, we have the Fire Ride. They'll take a combination of 8 hits for both of these weapons to take out Mothula. And we have half magic, so you can pretty much just go nuts. And down he goes very quickly and gives us a nice rupee hoard, which is entirely unnecessary at this point.
Almost certainly. Making it look very easy, even though that fight not really that easy, at least for the common man.
Now, I think Prior still needs to check out the mushroom immediately. Though they do have the fire right now, it doesn't unlock anything for them. Except for land moles, which we know, and both does not have an item.
Yeah, so that will be a very quick pickup here for Prior.
Well, Andy does have 1 item left in Skullwoods and the green pendant, so we could definitely see that. Maybe if they loop over towards the pod area, if they have Mire at the time, it'd be very easy to turn in. But other than that, it might be kind of hard pressed to find time to go turn that in. Alright, so Prior does get the Moon Pearl and has the hook shot. Or not the hook shot, I'm sorry, the Fire Rod. We're going right into the Dark World here. We'll see if they end up doing Skull Woods. No, it doesn't look like they are.
Yeah, Skullwoods was At least as far as the items we saw in the dungeon. Not required. Maybe that green pendant has something important. What do we have on the bumper ledge today? An air upgrade. Well, that's to be expected. We are not really missing. Well, I guess we are missing quite a few items for gun mode. We need the bow, the hammer, the ice rod, which we know where that is. We need the flippers, and the mirror. Maybe bombos, who knows?
Funny enough, with Swamp Palace as a pendant, we do not necessarily need to find the flippers. We can just fake flipper into Ice Palace if we want to.
Ah, yeah, and the mirror is not actually required as well. So,
Honestly, they're probably going to be hoping not to find those items because those could potentially just unlock more places that have no items.
yeah, that's very true. Mirror does like quite a few locations, so if you don't need it, you don't really want to see it. I mean, it is helpful with routing and dungeons and all that good stuff, but
Yeah, at least they can completely write Swamp Palace off until they find both of those. And then they're going to start to have to wonder, ah, crap, do I have to go to Swamp Palace? And he is hopping into Thieves Town. Will likely full clear this whole dungeon. Doesn't have the hammer, so if there happens to be something in the big chest, it will not be able to get it. Prior dug up a pretty nice looking sword.
yeah, that's a golden sword for you right there. So, high chance Andy will get that, but the tempered sword in Eastern Palace might be something they don't get. Not really that big of a difference between golden and tempered, especially for these guys, but I guess it's something.
Yeah, the upgrade from Master of the Tempered is pretty huge, but from Tempered to Golden Sword is actually very uh, not as huge. It would only really help on Ganon if you didn't have like the skill that these two do. So I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, here's our first check in the Hype Cave. 5 easy items here in the southern part of the Dark World.
Probably going to be very underwhelming, I would expect.
Well, looks like Andy taking a Death Warp in Thieves Town. Not interested in clearing it right now. Just check the first 4 chests. Yep, we'll come back here later. It is a crystal.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. Obviously, if there's something in the big chest you want to know what it is, you don't have to worry about that. Normally, you would be tempted just to clear it while you're there, but yeah, so that's very interesting.
I like what Prior's doing here, heading off to East Death Mountain.
Hmm.
We're going to be able to find out, since we know we got to clear Turtle Rock. We also need to know if it happens to be the Bombos Medallion, which we don't have quite yet. So, if they happen to be in item go mode, but you don't know the medallion, this is the reason you check this. Because you need to know if you have one more extra item to look for or not.
Yeah, I definitely am very supportive of the medallion checks, just because of that. Can make a big difference, even if coming up here, you know, you would ideally want to complete Turtle Rock while you're here, but this can be just as impactful.
I guess the 6 items are nice too.
Yeah, that's
Oh, well, maybe not the flippers. we were hoping not to find those, actually. So that does put all of Ice Palace in logic, doesn't it? No, we don't have the hammer. Never mind.
Yeah, from the cold stare, pretty much. Don't want to go in there without the hammer, though. That's not a fun time.
Yeah. Though it does put the ability for the hammer to be there. Turtle Rock is the Ether Medallion, which both runners already have.
That's one piece of the puzzle. We could also find out what the Mire medallion is very quickly. That's definitely within our reach right now.
I could see Prior trying to wait until they find the mirror, maybe, to do Mire, because it's a really quick mirror into desert. Though I guess it really isn't too different, considering it's just right next to the flight point. They might go check Mire right now, actually. Both runners dashing out of Link's house and pausing right before the door. Andy is really consistent getting that one bomb out of the 3 rocks in front of Link's house. I want to say he's like Frozen 3 on that. Yeah. It's one of those, I think that's like a 50-50 bomb drop. It's similar to the bushes south of the Grove Kids area. There's some 50-50 bushes in there, and I think that rock is the same way. So if you're leaving Link's house and you're gonna flute, might as well grab that bomb while you're at it. You got nothing better to do waiting for the bird.
Yeah, Prior might be wishing he got that. It's down to 1 right now. It's not a good number you want to be at for bombs.
Did find the blue mail in the Mire shed. I did not catch what the Misery Mire medallion was. It's a very fast check.
Yeah, I did not see that either.
All right, Prior is going swimming. Are we? We're not going to Ice Palace, are we? No, we're going to the waterfall chest probably.
Yeah, this is
Prior
the one
wants
thing.
revenge on those.
Yeah, they did not get the opportunity to check these since they did not have the Moon Pearl at the time. Now we got flippers.
The magic powder. We actually do not have access to the bad, don't we? Because we are missing both the hammer and the mirror.
Yeah, do need at least one of those.
Let's see, Prior, where are you headed? Let's see, we have like the blacksmith stuff in this area. Maybe Skull Woods even? Nah, not quite yet. Gonna try to be avoiding pendants, I think. I guess we did dip in Eastern Palace earlier looking for the Moon Pearl, but we got a lot of other places to check right now. We don't need to be going to Skull Woods. Oh, I guess Thieves Town is also an option, huh?
Yeah, not a bad one either. Andy did, of course, about if you're up checking first 4. There's the hammer in the back. That could be annoying. It could be good for
Speaking of
Prior.
hammer, Andy just realizes that he does not have it, so we cannot do Spike Cave right now.
Oh gosh. Yeah, sometimes I'll forget you need a glove for that or the hammer and just go there and whoops. Can't actually get it.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure chat confirmed that the Mire medallion was ether. Let's take a second look if we can. They are spot on. Thank you, chat.
Alright, so ether for both Turok and Mr. Mire. I wonder if Andy will go in there now.
Yeah, we can get into Mire.
We're going in Mire.
Yeah, probably comfortable enough with dark rooms. He's not concerned about not having the lamp here. I don't think a runner of this caliber would be too worried about the Misery Mire dark room.
I would be very surprised if that were a concern. And
Please. I'm putting Andy on the spot. I want to see some dark rooms. Don't find the lamp in here, please.
well, I mean, doing some push-ups on the wall there.
He tried.
Good to stay fit.
Okay, prior heading up to the attic, gonna start checking chests here that Andy did not check after he dipped out of Thieves Town early. Nice kind of Smarties shroud on those 2 whiz robes. Gets a fairy for his trouble, so he's got sword beams, I suppose. Oh, that's Prior's last bomb. There are 2 in these pots right here, so that'll okay, well, or just take 1. That's fine. This magic powder coming in handy right here in Thieves Town. You can take a lot of damage pretty quickly in these rooms leading up to the attic, and even in the attic itself with those grasshoppers, which I think does do a full hard damage with the blue now. That would make sense, I think.
Yep, they do too when you have green nails, so one with blue mail would make sense to me.
So that fairy is actually perfectly positioned where when you come back down, it's going to fly right in your face, just perfect to powder. Ooh. Okay. I think there might be an item in the Thieves Town big chest. I know we found the map. I don't know if we found the compass. I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah, I believe we have.
Yes,
Yep.
we have both the map and compass. So there is an item in the Thieves Town big chest. We're not going to be able to get that without the hammer. So hopefully Prior does not have to come back to get that chest, because that's really a pain.
Yeah, hopefully not. Prior did try and be thorough. We find a shield in Misery Mire.
Oh, good.
Oh boy, I'm excited. Finally, my right hand can do something.
Hold on to your dinner plate. Oh, look, there's another shield from flying. Great. Just great.
Fantastic. Exactly what you want to be seeing in this situation.
Yeah, great. We've seen 3 items in Thieves Town, and that 4th one is in the big chest. I so hope, for Prior's sake, that that isn't like the bow or something.
Yeah, when we do find the hammer, Prior might have an opportunity to check that when they check the peg cave, for example. So, but I don't expect the one to be doing that anyway.
Alright, do not adjust your television set here. Andy's screen is pretty blank right now. We're going into the Misery Mire Dark Room. There's a strat. You can use the top left of this room has a curved wall, or it's at a diagonal, so you can use that to kind of line yourself up at a certain spot. Places that block without too many issues, it seemed. That was pretty quick. Prior's going to be checking out Skull Woods here. We know that there was nothing in here. We did find both items, right? Mothula had one.
Mm-hmm. I don't think we've checked the green pennant quite yet, but we have 300 rupees and 10 arrows in Skullwoods.
Oh, good.
And he made good use of that cane of burner just to slip past the spike. That can be very annoying when you're doing this room dark. It's just that spike can bonk you back and forth, and you just have no idea where you are.
Alright, this is the final room. Andy is through, and let there be light. We are heading over to Vitreous. With the golden sword, I guess I say the golden sword, but it would probably be the same with the tempered sword. We'll probably see some NMG strats here, where you kind of take damage from the poison and then just spin attack the blobs while you have invincibility frames to get right on top of all of them. Look at that. See ya, dudes. And it'll just be, I don't know, however many slashes it is.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, just you gotta poke this beach ball coming at you. We don't have the bow, it'll only take 8 arrows, and typically you see people really like the bow for this fight. Oh, and there is the hammer from Vitreous.
I seem to recall somebody in this commentary calling that a while back, so congratulations. The delayed curse. The slow burn.
Where the heck is the lamp? There's so many places it can be right now. It's probably an ice palace.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. Making you go to Ice Palace to get the lamp to come get the hammer here before going back to finish Ice Palace. That sounds like a typical thing that the logic would make you do.
Yeah. Could be, I guess, on Catfish as well. We did get the flippers, so we can get over there now.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, with that hammer, Andy is much more confident in fully clearing Thieves Town. So here we go. We'll be able to see what that last item is that Prior left behind as well.
Man, if it's something, Andy is gonna feel so good.
Oh man, I so hope it isn't the bow for Prior's sake. Is the bow like the last item we need? It is, isn't it now? Because we know where the ice rod is, and we don't need the lamp if we want to do Dark Aghanim's Tower.
Yeah, I believe the bow is the last thing that we need. That's strictly required for anything. I mean, if we need an item to get to the bow, that's a different story. But as far as what we need it for, yeah, we're 24 minutes too. That was that's pretty quick to be one item away.
Looks like our green pennant turn-in was just a bomb upgrade. Skullwoods completely useless this time.
It's quite unfortunate.
Prior is headed. Where would you head if you were going this way? Probably to the blacksmith area?
Yeah, probably going to pick up the froggy.
Yeah, it doesn't have the hammer, of course, so we can't do the pegs. But we can check out. Never mind. Prior is doing other things. He's got other ideas, dude.
He might be going all the way to Catfish.
Yeah, with those flippers, you can cross the river over here and get to the eastern side of the Dark World.
And this is the only way you can actually get there without the hammer. It's quite fun.
Yeah, without that lamp being in logic, the flippers actually totally lets them get to this whole side of the Dark World. Yeah, it's all the way to Catfish we go.
Alright, we're about to have our moment of truth here.
Here is the Thieves Town big chest. What have we got?
We have... Okay.
Now, just bow accessories. No bow. Does the Catfish have the bow? No.
No, it's big 20, as per usual. So it is good that skipping the big chest in these time will not trip up Prior. That'd be tragic.
Yeah, hopefully they don't come back for that.
Hopefully not. I don't imagine they will for quite a while, so...
Alright, heading down to check the pyramid, and I think likely if you're all the way over here, you might as well go do pod, but man, pod's a really difficult decision to make. You don't have the bow or the hammer, and you also don't have the mirror to make it faster. So I'm not quite sure if I will go into pod right now. We'll see.
It's the full heart on the pyramid ledge, so it does look like they are interested in heading that way. So I guess they will be digging in there. Yeah, because the bow, we don't have the hammer or the bow or the lamp. Unless they're in here, there's a very limited number of chests that we can actually get that are in logic. And Andy's going to be making use of that hammer he found. Knocking down some pegs, going to grab a froggy.
Alright, is the entirety of pod bow locked? Nope, we can go further. I think in this situation I might prefer it being bow locked.
Does make it quite a quick dip.
Yeah, when you have nothing to do anything fun in this dungeon, like there's no hammer, no mirror, no bow, you got nothing. You don't want to spend time here. It makes if there's nothing here, it just makes it feel worse because there's nothing more you can do.
Yeah, I do wonder why Prior put off Misery Mire. That does interest me. So that's required. It's something you might end up having to full clear anyway, just because the big key in Misery Mire can be in a very in an opportune location, let's say.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Mire. I would rather, if I had like a choice between Ice Palace and Mire for like the last skill mode item, I'd probably do Mire, just because you gotta look for that big key anyway. It's likely you're gonna be checking extra spots. Maybe Prior is not comfortable with the dark room in Mire. I couldn't imagine that being the case though.
I would be very surprised.
I don't want to like put the pressure on Prior, so I don't want to sound mean.
Yeah, because that is the hardest dark room in the game, and if you can't actually do it, that's perfectly normal. A lot of runners do not want to do that dark room or can't, that's perfectly fine. But Prior, of course, is a very experienced, very skillful runner, so I would be surprised as well if that were the reason they did not go to Mire quite yet.
Well, speaking of hardest dark room in the game, Andy is going into Aghanim's Tower. I've never actually seen this done in the dark. I've never had to do it. I've never seen it done. And there are very few situations where you would actually do this, but it makes a whole lot of sense right now.
Yeah, I do know that some of the dark rooms do have torches. We have the fire rod.
Yes.
If you're knowledgeable where they are, it can simplify things quite a bit. It's still also something that I've never done or have any interest in doing, typically.
Oh yeah, finds that torch there in the center of the room. I missed what was in the right chest on Pryor's side there, but the left one had the big key.
Ooh, it was the mirror.
Oh,
That's...
Oh, and there's the lamp. Thank
course.
goodness.
Of course it's there. Of course.
The mirror and the lamp just sitting on the right side of pod. That's pretty funny. I wanted you to go down in that room to find the find the lamp, just to go up a room and find the mirror.
Yeah,
Pryor's setting up this cool little bomb jump here.
Well, if that mirror leads to the bow, then this dip into pod won't actually hurt Prior at all, because it was required, basically. And he's just doing things in a different order than Andy.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably the best outcome for Pryor at the moment. Let's see. What else can that do? That... Oh, geez. Turtle Rock. Okay, we can do all that. That's pretty cool. With the thing. The lamp? I'm just looking at logic right now.
Yeah.
I know both these people don't need the lamp. Both these dudes do not need the lamp to see in the dark. They just have that good of vision. And Andy is out of those dark rooms into the Aghanim 1 fight, or at least will be after these short messages. Prior heading right to Aghanim's Tower. I think Turtle Rock might be pretty high on the radar here right after all of this.
Yeah, for Andy, of course, Prior does need the hammer and this map before he can actually access Turtle Rock. But
oh yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah, and I expect that's where he'll be heading. I don't think he's gonna take a gamble on the first chest in the swamp before that.
Yeah, there's really no reason to put off Mire after this, I think.
All right, so Andy getting a blue ball, and another one.
Oh yeah, we've got 0 to 15. Well, I guess you've already canceled off some numbers there, so you can make some pretty slightly more accurate guesses.
Well, there's 4.
I love the sideways run animation for the elf Link, because the little ball in the hat just flops up and down repeatedly. It looks hilarious.
You can almost hear the jingle bell that I would assume would be there.
I love the dash animation too, because this is the dash startup. It like flops really quickly. It's really funny. I find stupid things in this game so funny. Don't mind me. This is the smallest thing that's gonna be laughing. I really want. Bryce got to watch. Out only has 2 hearts left. They might still have their his fairy actually.
I believe they do, unless I'm crazy. Down to 1 heart, so hopefully they do. Alright. So Andy cleans up Aghanim. He's gonna be heading over to the Catfish, gonna get his big 20. Not that he will need that or any other money for the rest of the game. We could fund pretty much 2 or 3 seeds based on the money he has right now.
What the heck? 1,700? That's a whole bunch. How many of the 300 drops have they found? Probably all of them by now, right?
Probably.
I think there's what, like 5 of them? I'm gonna check. You do commentary. I'm gonna look this up. Oh wait, never mind. I have 2 monitors. I can totally still see the stream. Hi guys, how you going?
Yeah.
I hope everyone's having a good time. I'm having fun.
So have you ever noticed in Aghanim, like this cutscene here, if you walk up, you can actually get a little bit up, but if you start to dash, the cutscene starts and you don't actually get anywhere?
Well, if you hold A at the end of the cutscene, you actually keep your current charge of dash. So you can start a dash and then complete the startup after the cutscene ends.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And also some very minor tech to the Aghanim fight. There actually are very slight speed strats here. If you knock Aghanim to the center of the room with the reflected hit, it just makes him get to his destination slightly faster. So try to knock Aghanim to the center of the room if you can.
Prior, give him a little bonk with the boomerang there. And there's, yeah. Of course, they'll both get the same patterns that the other got, so he'll be experiencing the 4 blue balls. Still feels like way more when it happens.
I did like Andy's attack on the dead rock that they did in the left side of Death Mountain there. Just hooking the same dead rock twice to push him further out of the way. Because he was going to get stuck. Or the dead rock was going to get stuck in place.
Yeah, as long as you keep hitting them with the hook shot and they're moving, you can just keep doing that. It's very good to keep them out of your way. Alright, so Andy did come up here straight to Death Mountain. Makes a lot of sense. There are 2 required dungeons up here. And Hera and Turok are both dungeons that you might end up having to full clear anyway. Those here, great, we can go mode Ice Pals. And Pod, potentially.
Imagine go moding Hera. Have I? I'm sure I've got to do that at some point, but man, it just seems really strange. We're not going to see it from Andy.
It's very rare, but sometimes it does happen. You might even have your Dark World portal right outside so you can step in and go to Gan's Tower right afterwards. That's the best.
Oh yeah.
That's the best feeling.
It makes the big keep guessing game really difficult because you get probably 3 seconds to guess. Alright, down we go into Hera. I'd much rather have to do the basement than have to gamble on the basement, so this is probably okay. Alright, both players now have their ice rod. Prior, it looks like he's going to go up and do the same thing. Might do Turtle Rock before Hera. We'll see.
I like how Andy's
Never mind.
frame rate is perfectly synced, so it looked like he wasn't blinking there for a while.
Yeah. I keep saying Prior can do Turtle Rock, but he still does not have the hammer.
Yeah, he does not have that quite yet. I'm not sure what he can actually do up here. Yeah, I think he just realized,
Oh.
I need the hammer.
Oh, nope. Okay.
He has the
he's
mirror.
Mirror, yeah. I think in his situation, it's totally a valid play to come do this. I definitely like Mire as well, but you know, this is fine too.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
The bow here might be pretty bad, actually. I don't want it to send him on a goose chase into Pod and Eastern just to look for the hammer that isn't there.
Oh no, that would be bad. But he has been in a pod before, so I think he would be less tempted to go back there.
Oh, lockside. That was the second Hera item.
Yep, I believe you're correct, because otherwise I don't know why Andy would be skipping the big chest.
Yep, I saw it on prior screen just there. I think there were rupees downstairs. Alright, And on the mold worm, tempered sword, all it's gonna take is a spin, a slash, and we are done. Heck, he's dead.
Couldn't even finish your sentence before Moldorm is done.
I tried, but I got tongue-tied after the worm died.
You gotta try harder, because
It's hard, okay?
I know I get tongue-tied too. It's not easy being
You're
cheesy.
playing- Be easier playing the game than it would be sitting here talking about playing the game.
Oh, definitely. All right, well, Andy's heading over to Turtle Rock now.
Yeah. And I guess there wasn't anything important in Hera. Prior is going to be a little disappointed not finding any good items, but we now all have the crystal, so that'll be fine. Well, not yet, obviously.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, Chad brings up a good point here. Bow and Mimic Cave would kind of stink, wouldn't it?
That would definitely stink for Andy. It would make the pod play retroactively godlike. We'll see. Mimic Cave is not unknown to having great items inside of it. The least of which are Ice Rod and the bow.
Where's Mire? I see a couple of people asking. Mire is in the dark basement of the Palace of Darkness. In the back, you go downstairs and there's a bunch of rupees. It's in that room.
Yep, the right chest, I believe.
Yep, with the mirror right next door, actually.
Oops.
Oh no, probably taking a fall.
And that bumper skip can be a little hard to line up sometimes. I mean, mistakes happen. Has the butter sword, won't even need to spin. He can just slash him twice if he wants.
Slash and slash, yep. Oh, geez. But
Wow.
that kind of stinks.
Moldarm's not having it today. I'm on a diet. I can't have butter. Get out of here.
I don't think worms were supposed to eat butter.
I don't know. I'm not really an expert on worms or anything.
Not a wormologist. or
I mean, he
anything,
could just
but-
be a bunch of hamburgers for all I know. Now he's a bunch of nothing.
Alright, pretty similar dungeons cleared for our two racers. The only difference is that Andy has finished Desert Palace and Prior wasn't able to finish Desert Palace when he was there because didn't have a fire source at the time. But might be doing that right now actually. Or Mire, I hope. That'd be pretty cool too.
He did equip the mirror, so I assume he's going to desert first, and then he might go into Mire. Just another small thing that having this mirror can really help with. Oh, he's going to check the. Oh no.
The land moles.
Yeah, he's going to check the lemons. That's what I was going to say. That's definitely what I was going to say. I was going to say checkerboard cave.
Nice portal location. I like that. Right on point.
Yeah, would normally have to use that book again and then walk all the way through the dungeon, but the mirror lets you just put it right there.
The bug net in the vanilla big key chest.
Oh boy.
Turtle Rock. Oh boy. Now Andy can replace that fairy that he got rid of. Who's trying the death warp.
He's gonna go all the way back there and recatch her. Think she's still waiting?
No.
No. Well. The greatest love story ever told.
Andy gonna be waving across dimensions to Mimic Cave. Can't check that. That kind of stinks, but that's fine. Oh, good, we get a B.
Alright, we can recatch that bee with the bug net, infinite value.
My God.
Perfect.
Alright, Turtle Rock, not really that different from Go mode, so it does make a lot of sense to come here looking for items. The only real thing you'd be able to do in Go mode Turtle Rock is maybe skip the laser bridge, but it's so quick to check, so it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, and he doesn't have a lamp yet. So this room is one of the easiest dark rooms to learn, honestly, because you're just on rails. There's not really much you have to do.
It doesn't really require any precise inputs or anything like that.
Alright, prior heading into Misery Mire. Prepared to do the dark rooms, I hope. Will be well rewarded for it.
Well, he has a lamp, so
What a cheater.
he'll be doing the dark room, but he'll be able to see.
This is rude to old dark kind. Just lighting them up. And he counting his items, I guess, and realized he doesn't need to check that last chest.
Yeah, I don't believe we found much exciting. We found the cape, which is it's okay.
Oh yeah, and he's missing both the map and the compass, so it's pretty telling where those are.
Getting a nice quick kill on the firehead.
Nothing to it. When you can kill the snake part of Trinax before he hits that left wall, you know you did it right.
Yes. Alright, well.
It's crystal number 5 for Andy. Where do you think he's gonna go next?
I feel Ice Palace feels like the safest play because we can complete that. And it's crystal.
Yeah. Yeah,
Going
it makes a
to
lot of
Palace,
sense.
yeah.
Oh no! He's gonna get revenge on Spike Cave. Andy did come here earlier, got all the way down the ledge, was falling down, and realized that he did not have the hammer. It's one of those weird locations that by the time you have access to like do it, you forget what the actual requirements are that aren't the invincibility part, right?
Yeah.
Like you get to the end here and you don't have a glove, for instance. Well, you are out of luck.
Just big 20, so. I do appreciate Andy's thoroughness, though. Never want to forget that spot, especially after turning Turtle Rock and Hera, because you're probably never going back up there at that point.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's like it will be Ice Palace unless Andy does something weird. He hasn't turned the green pendant yet. Now we're going to Ice, I think.
I wonder if Andy checked the waterfall. He might do that before if he hasn't. Nope. Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah, so the best case scenario for Prior is that the bow ain't in here, because it's going to mean it's locked behind the mirror, pretty much.
Yeah, I can only imagine Andy might dip into pod after this, maybe?
If he doesn't find anything here, he's definitely going to pod right after this.
I don't remember if Andy has done the blacksmith stuff yet or not.
He hasn't. So that would be another option. He could opt to do the overworld. I don't think he's actually even in the Eastern Palace yet. So.
Oh, that's true.
Hmm.
Alright, Prior heading into the dark rooms of Misery Mire. Barely escapes with his life right there after getting shot by that Wizrobe. dark rooms with the lamp, which are infinitely easier than dark rooms without the lamp. I've just found out recently.
Yes. It was a long and detailed study, but we have found that being able to see is easier than not being able to see.
Going for his the walk on thin air glitch, I think they call this, and gets it first try after 2 other tries.
Yeah, that was just practice. Alright, so it's still 2 items in Ice Palace. The first one was, of course, a green potion. Ideally, you would want this chest to be a small key, and it is.
Go back up and go to that little plus-shaped room and take the right path. Prior on to Vitreous here. Oh boy, are we getting Bernadashes? Heck yeah, dude, I love this.
Butter Sword makes this really nice as well. It's a little laggy, but very efficient as well. You can even hit him while he's shooting lightning at you. What more do you want?
Yeah, that was pretty quick, I think.
Yeah. Alright, there's your hammer, Prior. Ooh boy. Well, Andy found it.
Wait, what? Was it in the big chest?
It was somewhere.
What?
I can see the icicles dripping down from it. So Andy is in go mode. That's unfortunate for Prior.
What? I was
Since
watching
the game-
Vitreous.
Well, you missed it.
Was it in the freezer chest?
Yeah. It was in
Ah!
it's somewhere.
I can't believe this, dude.
Ugh.
I can't believe this. And he's in go mode.
He is in go mode.
Gold stare, just poking him into the corner there.
Really nice use of the little dashes. So yeah.
Alright, well, prior scaling Death Mountain onto Turtle Rock here. Yeah, that'll be fun. Yay, Turtle Rock.
Yay, to the
Andy-
rock.
Andy is in go mode, about to go to Palace of Darkness. We'll have to clear a little bit of the dungeon because they need to find the big key. He needs to find the big key, which is actually right next to the mirror. I wonder if he'll actually get the mirror.
Yeah, it could just come down to which side he goes down first.
This will be. This is better than the Ganon's Tower left-right gamble. Are we?
Yeah.
This is the pod basement left-right gamble.
I expect he will. What else is he gonna do?
Is he gonna find the big key in chest 1 or 2? There are 2 keys in the pod basement. Get your guesses in. Will it be 1 or 2?
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna check the left one first. It just seems like a very Andy thing to do. The closest to the door.
Well,
That's
that
my logic.
depends on if he goes down to get the lamp first. That might skew him towards the right coming back into that room, you know? Either way, I think Prior has a bit of a mountain to climb if they want to get back in this race. It's never over till it's over, but it's, definitely swaying in one direction right now.
Yeah, the wind is definitely blowing in Andy's favor right now. And I'm trying to think of what would actually get Prior back in the race, and I don't see it. Andy. Ooh.
Trying to show off.
You have the bow. You can just walk over there. I guess hovering is actually faster, but
It would be marginally faster. And by
Yes.
marginally, I mean a pretty good
Significantly.
amount.
Extraordinarily.
Unfortunately, the big key will not be over here. I do know where it is.
What are we gonna find over here? Are we gonna find the other male in Bombos?
Oh, that's right. We haven't actually seen these two chests, have we?
Okay, small K. I should have done that. Another small K. Okay.
Oh, good. Prior will not be missing the bug net.
Yep. Will not be missing that at all.
Oh, nice punt from downtown. Nails that crystal switch with the Samaria block.
That was a nice field goal.
Hole in one and other sports term.
Home run.
There you go. Oh, here we go. It's the right side, dude.
Whoa.
I hope you guessed one. Because it is in. Oh, wait, no, it's two, isn't it? I hope you guessed two.
I was completely wrong.
Well, we're not getting the lamp.
It wouldn't be too useful after we clear pod anyway.
So I guess we do have a couple more dark rooms to go here in Palace of Darkness downstairs. Alright, Prior's checking out Mimic Cave here. We know it's not going to be anything too useful, but what actually is it? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a convenient heart refill, but we didn't even get that. You know, this wall moving animation looks like a toucan's beak, like extending out. If you see the eye of the statue,
Oh
there,
my gosh.
it's the bird's eye. It's kind of.
Wow. I can see that. Is that the Toucan Sam room? Follow
Yeah.
my nose. It's the boss. Alright, well, this room is also a pretty hard dark room, all things considered.
It's a pretty hard light room too. These guys are annoying as heck.
Yeah, do have a fire rod, so let's make a bit of a difference.
I think Prior had a little trouble at the start of the railway room in the top left. Going on Blaze Bridge doesn't have too much health left, though I think, as we saw earlier, they might still have the. I think he has the fairy still.
Yeah, most likely.
That piece of heart didn't refill him either.
I always find it funny when the cape is on Laser Bridge. Feels like a jerk move to me.
Alright, down goes Helmsor King. We get our bombs. Great. But that is crystal number 7.
We're not on speed gaming, but maybe we should do the thing anyway.
So
What do you
if you
think?
if you guys like guessing the big key to Gan's Tower thing, throw all your random numbers in chat or something. Because I know you love to do it.
Yeah, everybody loves this game.
Dude, I'm not keeping track of all these numbers. Look at all these. Holy moly.
There are 22 locations, so try and keep your guesses between those two. Those two, yeah, that's actually 22 numbers, not two.
We already played the 2 chest guessing game.
Yeah. I guess I'll go with Torch, since that's my usual guess.
Right, down goes Trinex 4 Prior. I hope Ice Palace is the next stop. It does make a lot of sense, as we kind of deduced earlier with locations left. I think Briar's checked most of the overworld anyway, except Spike Cave.
Yeah, I do think they would go to Ice Palace prior to going back to Pod.
Yeah, they don't have anything additional to unlock there. Do they? Does Prior? Does he? I can't tell. I don't think so, no, because the only thing he was really missing were bullock things.
Yep, and you're certainly not going to find the bow back there.
Alright, Andy, into Ganon's tower. Heck yeah, let's find this big key so we can go kill a pig or something.
This is a pretty crazy time to be entering GTA 2, 120. Like, Andy is a really good runner too, but sometimes the seed will just dictate that. And usually, this is not the time you go in here. So usually a bit later, but of course Kakariko was quite stacked.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was. Dude, Blind's Hut and the well, there was like 2 red rupees between both of them, and those were the only not unique items.
Alright, well, we got a bunch of small keys.
I can never do that room like Andy just did.
No, absolutely not. I always get hit.
Always get hit. I'm a baby and actually wait for the fires to swing past.
I'm gonna get burnt. It's not fun. Burns hurt.
The red boomerang makes the strats in those 2 rooms so different than what people are used to, I think. Just because NMG runners, you know, never pick up the red boomerang. So they have most of their strats done with the blue boomerang.
Makes sense to me. Alright, coming up on the render room now.
The randomizer room, named of course for the items inside of it being randomized.
Yes, that's exactly the same. Alright, so Andy finds another small key, as well as the big key. I wasn't keeping track of the chest, so I'll let you guys figure that out. Apparently it was number 12, so if you guessed 12, congratulations. There is no prize, but thanks for playing.
I'm sure everyone could just say, I guess number 12, and everyone would believe them. I know I would. I threw like so many numbers going around chat. I'm pretty sure everyone just guessed every number.
I guess 12, you guys all heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, look at all these people that guessed 12. I knew it, dude. Everyone is...
I can't believe we were all right.
Oh my gosh. Yo, that dash setup for the cannonball room there is really amazing. You can just dash clean across the entire cannonballs thing and not take it slow. That's pretty great. I want to learn to do that, actually.
Did you do it without falling? I didn't say.
Yeah, he moved forward a bit and just dashed straight right.
Well, that's impressive, as I would expect from Andy.
I love flying around this ice. Dude, the ice physics in this game are like the most accurate ice physics in any game. For all the wonky stuff this game has in it, its ice physics are actually pretty good. You can't control anything.
Yeah, I guess. I think I would have an easier time going down the stairs on a big device than I do in Link to the Past, but
You wouldn't go sliding back and forth.
no, I wouldn't just stand there like tap dancing. I think I'd get my foot on the step.
Right. Or just stick your hand out and hold the doorway or something.
Yeah.
Alright, Prior does grab the bow. He is now falling down into Cold Stare to, what's he doing? He's getting a crystal. Yeah, that's pretty important. Yeah, do that.
Here to negotiate. Peaceful surrender.
Right. Andy having to use the fire rod gets that nice shot straight to the right while facing upward.
Happens to me all the time. Feels really bad.
Alright, no reason to check these extra chests. Let's just heck and go, dude.
Yeah, but the only thing that could be useful is a sword, which we know where the other sword is, and a mail, which I don't think Andy will be needing.
Here we go. Oh, well, see ya.
It just wouldn't be an Andy race if we didn't try this a few times, right?
Giving Moldorm the old poke in the tail as revenge before heading off, trying it again. Getting the old. What did we call this glitch? What did we?
The airwalking?
The walk over thin air glitch. That's what it is.
Forbidden technique.
Yeah.
Not actually forbidden by the law. It's quite allowed.
It is quite a lot. You can do that. Don't worry. Alright, Prior heading into pod. Already cleared quite a bit of it. He only needs to head to Helmosaur, right? Yeah, because he has the big key, but he needs a small key from over here, right?
Yeah, and I'll put him at right where the big key door is anyway, so works out nicely.
Was that a triple?
No, I don't think so. I might be wrong.
So
Yeah.
Andy getting a quadruple to take out Ganon 2.
Quadruple.
We are flying down to Ganon. Only have 4 hearts. That's not a whole lot, but I think it'll be okay.
It should be fine. And if it's not fine, then Andy will be wishing he went back to that ferry.
Wow.
It's a big cheese. One heart on Andy, so
Doesn't have that fairy. He totally ditched earlier as Prior goes through what we called. Whoa, this is the toucan room, right?
yes.
Please don't start calling it that. Oh my god, no.
I'm afraid kind of set that up. I guess it also kind of looks like a whale. Like, have you ever SpongeBob, like the whales in that
no.
with the giant heads? It's also something it looks like to me.
Yeah, I don't want kid shows. I play video games.
All right, well.
Ganon has like a 1 hit left, right? Okay, he's dead.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he's dead. Andy also at 1 hit, but not close enough for Ganon.
Yeah, Ganon had ran out of silver arrows, so he could not damage the pug, who is taking the victory today. Congratulations to Andy.
Yep, finishing within the official SRTV time, 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 31 seconds. For this version, that's pretty darn good. You know, Prior, 2 golden sword swipes, taking out Helmosaur King. His final crystal.
Preparing that mirror for warping out right after the fight. Can't just save and quit because, of course, we'll take them on top of the pyramid, which that's not where you want to be.
No, not quite right now.
Glad you can pause in Dark World boss rooms after they've exploded now, just so you can just spam Y to use the mirror after coming out of the door rather than having to spam start.
Yeah.
You gotta get those first frame menus or item usages.
All right, prior heading up to GT. Yeah, I think what really the thing that, well, I guess obviously the thing that kind of cost Prior the race was not going to Mire when he had it available to him. I will be interested to ask him if we can get him in here for an interview. I'm not sure if he or Andy will be interested in that, but we will see.
All right, we will see. I guess the big key was kind of in the way. There were no small keys on the first two chests of the right side, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't think there were, so there's really no left-right gamble to make here, just because there wasn't anything over there. I saw Andy do this and Prior not do this, so I think it's worth mentioning here that if you know how people do the spin strats, the spin speed on the stairs to do the fast thing.
Yes.
Well, if you're going upstairs, you hold out your sword and then press the dash and hookshot at the same time. You'll actually walk up the stairs with like normal walking speed. It's kind of awkward because you have to like press 3 buttons at once. But there's only really 2 situations that it's really useful, and that's the really long staircase on the left side of the light world, and then right there on Ganon's tower, just because you usually have the hookshot equipped anyway.
Very useful information. Speaking of useful information, we've got Andy in the waiting room, so we'll be joining us for an interview. I'm in here for you guys right about now. Hey, Andy, GG. Congrats on your win.
GG, thanks.
How are you feeling?
I read that seed like a book, pretty much.
You
That
certainly did.
dark room through Mire for the hammer, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, with fire rod and flute and all that stuff, like at that point, I'm not even considering the lamp as a restriction for anything anymore.
Yeah, we figured that was the case whenever you just decided to hop into Aghanim's tower when you did.
Yeah, well, I wanted to go do Hera, and I knew that it was going to be a long trip for Hera that might not pay off, so I wanted to do Turtle Rock with it. So I was like, let's just go get the Ice Rod, and if I don't find Mire or something in Turtle Rock and Bow is in Mimic Cave or something, then it wasn't meant to be today. But
Yeah, when we saw the Dark World crystals, we were really hoping that we weren't gonna find like the flippers and the mirror, because that's a lot of extra spots that you really don't need to check as long as there aren't any items there. So we were hoping not to see them. And you were lucky enough not to get the mirror until you were already in go mode.
yeah, I thought about going to Pot earlier, but with knowing where the Ice Rod was and knowing that the bow was the last thing I needed, I decided not to.
The lamp was actually located in the room right below the 4 turtle and chest room and pod.
Yeah, that was the only place I could even think it was at that point.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to once I found the bow, I was like, man, where could this lamp be?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was just sitting right there with the mirror right after it.
Prior actually made that dip a lot earlier without the bow. So they did have the Mire and the lamp for quite a few dungeons where it would have been useful, but what really sort of put them behind you was not going to Mire as early as you did. That Hera being there was very critical. Prior ended up checking a lot of things that they didn't really have to, and also dipping into Eastern Palace early, looking for any goodies they could.
Yeah, there was a sword in Eastern, so they had tempered on you really early, but that was about it.
I don't even remember where I got tempered.
The dig.
Dig game, yeah.
Dig game, that's what it was, yep.
So now you're 5-0. You are guaranteed for the bracket, unless I'm completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Does that affect how you will play the rest of the races in the Swiss round, or are you just going to play your best as usual and just put on
Probably
a good
not.
show?
I'd rather go into brackets on a hot streak than go into brackets losing my last two or something like that.
Okay, that's very understandable, I would say.
I think if you go in to these last two matches playing how you do now, I think you'll be just fine.
If seeds end up playing out like that, yeah.
How about that Kakariko?
Dude, the first like 15 minutes of this seed, 20 minutes of this seed were completely bonkers.
Yeah, we were talking. They were like, in just like the top part of Kakariko Village, there were probably 8-9 unique items.
Yeah, and then Boots were like in Dam, and then Boots got me the mushroom and the fire rod, and then Mushroom got me the moon pearl. It was ridiculous.
We were really kind of concerned that you and Prior were both looking for the bow at the same time. No, just about the same time, I think. You went through Turtle Rock, and we were hoping that it wasn't going to be a Mimic Cave. That would have been super bad for you.
That would have been the literal last place I went.
Yeah, I figured. Prior giving that Moldorum 2 chests some love with their silver arrows. Shoutouts to that.
Yeah, just getting a big 20 from it. Not too many useful things it could have been. We did see that Bombos was on the pedestal, so
Was it really?
yeah.
Nice.
We're coming here to Aga 2 now, so
Prior has 3.5 hearts. I'm sure it will be fine. Jinx them or anything, but I'm sure it will be fine. There won't be any issues here.
and Andy also went in the Ganon fight with some low hearts, got down to the last one. Were you nervous, though, or are you just so used to that fight by now?
If I get past the fire bats, then I'm fine. It's a little scary, I guess, because Rando has like, I never know what the fire bat pattern is going to be, just because the RAM value, I don't know what actually sets it besides the Ice Armos fight.
Right.
So it's all, reacting to wherever the first bat is, and then if I can do that, then I'm fine. So it's always a little scary. I thought about using, I think I had a blue potion maybe. I don't remember if it was blue or green, but I thought about using it or checking to see if I actually had one, but
I thought about checking to see if I was going to be okay, but it's fine.
it's fine.
Yeah, you did have that fairy safety from the very beginning, but you got rid of that pretty quickly. I think you did a couple death warps.
Yeah, I got rid of that bad boy in Skullwoods. I guess Skullwoods was probably the only thing that I really went out of my way to do that I didn't have to. For the most part, I guess.
Yeah, it feels really hard to skip that in this version, though.
Yeah, especially with the green pendant. with Fire Rod that early, I was like, man, anything could be here. Well, I guess at that point I only needed like 3 more things, maybe.
Yeah, at that point, like 20 minutes in or something. Prior taking a hug from Ganon, did not feel that one. Oh gosh, taking another hug right at the start there.
Oh man, he did have that fairy. It did revive him, but then he gave Ganon a big old hug.
Well, now we're on a 1-heart fight for Ganon here. Uh-oh. We have the whole fight to do. So let's see how this one goes.
Yes, the Cane of Burna with the fire bats. I can see the single frames. Oh, we're through it. We did have Butter Sword, so that makes the phases a lot faster, usually. And it starts, the slash is required, anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to go out of your way to do anything fancy in order to get the phases done. As fun as the little dash strat with Tempered is, not something you need to do here. Really low on magic. Hope they can end up taking out Ganon here. Okay, that'll do
Nice.
it.
2 doubles, giving him some extra ones for the effort. He's got one coming out of his head here in the fanfare screen.
There's an arrow coming out of his head, dude. What the
Yeah.
heck?
Like a Steve Martin gag.
That's dangerous. Go on the door. All right.
Alright, Prior does finish second place with an initial SR TV time of 1 hour and 42 minutes. Even! No seconds required.
Well, except they're placing.
Yeah.
Except he's placing.
That was a good one. I like that.
Oh, that was a little rude. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Congratulations to Prior for sticking that out there. Gonna be going 4-1. Still very, I don't want to jinx anything, but likely to get into the brackets at this stage. Just needs that one more win going into the next 2 weeks.
I will see if they want to join us for an interview. I don't know if they do them or not, but I'll ask.
Oh, I think we will have Prior joining us.
Hello, Prior GG.
GG.
How you feeling?
I feel dumb, but I knew it was about to be a hard match against a strong opponent, and I can only say congrats to Andy. Good game, man.
Yeah, GG. The early hammer was pretty big.
Yeah, I assume
The early
if
hammer
you can
was
get a hand on that pretty early, it changes the whole game.
Yeah, so we were curious. Since you did have access to Mire for a little while, and you put it off, it seemed like, at least from our perspective, what was the thought process behind not going to Mire
Since you did
when
have
you
access
didn't?
to Mire for a little while.
I don't know.
At least from our
I wasn't expecting
Not going to Mire.
something in Mire. I don't know. I was searching for the dumb stuff, but no, I can't complain too much. The seed was pretty straightforward, I think. No big traps or something like that, so I can only blame myself for excluding that Mire dungeon for too long.
Yeah, kind of the reluctance to do the Mire dark room, I think, is kind of the major thing that happened there. You did find the lamp, that was cool, but I think it was a little too late at that point.
Yeah, I think I was too much focused on that ice rod Lumberjack cave, and when I got it, I almost forgot I didn't have hammer, so so I couldn't enter Total Rock. I don't know.
I think you both had points like that where you were headed towards somewhere and then remembered you didn't have the hammer.
Yeah, I did that at Spike Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are 4-1, still in a pretty safe place to make it to the brackets, I would say. Do you feel confident you're going to get there in your next few races, Prior?
I hope I can get at least one win in two upcoming matches. So I'll do my best.
Yeah, awesome. You definitely played well, even though just the routings you made this time didn't really pay off. You definitely played very well, so I would not be surprised at all to see you win both those next races.
Yeah, my execution was a little off this time, but I can't complain too much. The gap is not here. This gap 10 minutes because I didn't want to to do logic things, and I was searching for something twisted, and it didn't pay off. And like I said, I can only blame myself. I think Andy played very well, like he did all the time. So I can only say congrats to him, and I hope I can join him in a bracket stage, and we will see.
I'll see you in brackets, dude.
Yeah, I hope. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you guys liked what you saw, and of course you did, give both these guys a follow. Definitely put on a great show for you. Thanks to our tracker, Merc249. We definitely appreciate you keeping our shields up to date, as hard as it was. Our restreamer, Danny, thank you very much for letting us broadcast this race. It was a good one. And of course, to my co-commentator, Mikon, always a pleasure when we get to do this. Always have a lot of fun, as you might expect.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me be a dumb jokester doing the talking thing. I had a good time.
It's okay. Yeah. Do either of you guys have any final words before we head off here?
Dark rooms are important to learn.
Heck yeah.
That's my tip of the day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, you're right. That's not. I don't know how to do dark room in Mire, but I just didn't want to take that in consideration, and I don't know. But you're right. Dark rooms are very important.
I actually hadn't done Dark Aghanim's Tower in a long time, and I completely forgot where the second maze room torch was, and I got really lucky.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there's pretty reasonably placed torches in Aga Tower for the harder dark rooms, so it's nice.
We definitely made it look easy. And there's your tip from the day from Andy Senpai. Take it to heart, friends. But yeah, thank you guys for both putting on the show for us on this restream.
GG.
Yeah, if you wanna watch some more rando, it looks like Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 4 both have a match starting at about now minutes. So head on over there.
Now minutes.
Yep. It's not very long.
Not very long, so we'll get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Take care.